Is it, can you hear me? Something's wrong at my end here.
I
Okay.
can hear one.
Can you hear me at the remote end, guys?
I can hear you.
Goody, goody. All right, we're together then. Let's see here. We'll get underway here in a second. I'm going to screen share at my end. Hold on a second, please. Okay. The problem is I have to admit.
At the top, right there.
My problem is I have to talk and do this. Here, just 1 second. Okay, we're together. All right, so we have a few people in remotely. We're recording this. And let's go on to the Pledge of Allegiance. Second here, I'm going to open up this. Second, where's PowerPoint?
You want to share your screen?
I will. Let me get the PowerPoint. Where's my?
Where it says
Over here.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where'd it go?
Norman,
Well, I
see up
remember
there where it
that.
says
I
K
remember
Danielson
that.
up in the side, the little box that says K
Oh,
Danielson?
yes.
Click
Good.
on the green arrow.
Right. Okay, share screen. Okay, let's just get underway here. Thank you all for coming. Looks like we have about half a dozen feet remotely. And we'll try and do what we can. Can you talk to those guys? Okay. Oh, here we go. More people are coming in. I have to do the running of the meeting and the mechanics of this thing. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Let's see. Looks like we have about a half a dozen people in here at this end. We have. I'll share the screen here in a second. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance, which doesn't work very good on Zoom, but we'll give it a try. Let's start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. Rick, would you care to start off with?
Okay. Follow me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas, one state, under God.
Prayer? Anyone do a prayer?
Do it. Father, thank you for allowing us to gather and both in person and giving technology for others doing us online. Just as we go through and do Rotary business, help us to keep you in mind and let us what kingdom we work for and live in. Thank you for all that you do for us. Thank you for your son, Jesus.
Okay. Okay, well. Okay, I'm going to judge. I have to admit people too here. Admit all, just 1 second. Admit all, we have people.
Hello.
Hello there, greetings. Well, this will be our program. Let me get this out of the way.
Norm, I'll do the admitting if you want to go ahead with the program.
Yeah, that would be great, because otherwise I'm running like a chicken with the head cut off. That would be great. If you could take care of that,
So what's
that'd be
new?
wonderful. Okay, I'm going to get into all right, so this is our current status. This is our upcoming programs, and one of our focus is on local organizations and government. Like today, last week we had the mayor and the manager. Feed the Need, which is based here. We had Judge Poppy. One of our things is we're going to record this meeting. For example, if it's okay with April, Mickey, we'll
Break it up.
post it to YouTube. So if it's okay with you, for those who cannot make it here in person, you can still take the benefits of that. So this is, oh, we're ahead of ourselves. That's the end. This is Humble and April Daniels, and that's our program. With that, what?
Can we discuss a little business?
Oh, yes, club business, yes. Club business. Go ahead, do you have something in mind?
Yes. The treasurer, right?
Oh, the
sitting
treasurer's
next to me,
report, yes. Treasurer's
and talking about paying for things.
Okay.
And what we're wondering is, next year, do we tell the schools we will supply them with scholarships for 5 schools? That's, you know, $7,000-8,000. And then Ryla, are we gonna tell Ryla that we're gonna pay 3 or 4 kids to go to Ryla? $1,000 a piece on that.
Something like that.
Okay, so we
You're breaking up
carry it
again.
over from last year.
We're fine.
Okay,
For fine this year, the challenge is going to be for next year.
so the things I'm talking about, Remington, do we have money for that?
Yes,
Okay.
the stuff that's out right now, we have money.
Well, that would be new scholarships and new Ryla.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
We're going to have a club assembly the week after next. And the club assembly that's what you're talking about, Rick, is kind of a big deal. And the whole subject of fundraising is another challenge. And my suggestion is we deal with the questions you're talking about, because that's not going to be a 5-minute discussion. And a club assembly, which is, I think, the week after next, let's devote that solely to club business, and we'll deal with that kind of stuff.
We'll hold off telling anybody anything.
Right.
Until we've had
We need to figure out where we're gonna get new money coming in.
That's right.
Yeah. Have to. figure out
There is, but Rick has another good point.
Hello? The microphone. The
Let
microphone.
me show you, we're doing. Oh, here, I have to, anyhow, I'm gonna have to get my camera on. Somehow Jim's on.
You just have to, you need to hit escape out of that.
Get out of the screen share.
Uh-oh, my.
Hit the escape button, it should, no? Okay,
Yes.
Alt tab.
You know what you're doing?
That is weird.
We have
Stop
a technical
sharing
problem.
Shoot, it's not even sharing.
Sure. Well, right now it's Jim. Well, can you guys, if you can hear me, that's all that matters right now. We'll get back into screen share. Anyhow, going back to the point at hand is we're doing this project out at the, in the street hands up high. And, that's Jim, that's us. So something's wrong. Anyhow,
No, you're up, you're good.
okay, I'm up, good enough.
Yeah, you're up in the left corner.
Anyhow, it's not quite right, but we're still working the bugs out. Anyhow, going back to the subject at hand is we had a nice group picture this morning. Because we want to do, if our club is more relevant, membership and that kind of stuff should not be an issue. And fundraising should not be an issue. The key to fundraising is to show that you have some obvious benefit. Not right.
That thing's locking you out.
Not every other word is coming
Yeah.
through.
What's that?
About every other word is coming through.
What's the matter, Michael?
You're breaking up.
Oh, crap. My audio or my video?
Audio. I'm not looking at the video.
Okay, all right, well, this is the new microphone. Is it audio?
It's pretty twangy. Have you got more than one speaker, or is it
No.
close to speakers?
All right, hold on. All right, hold on a second, please.
Yeah, it
All right,
sounds
well,
like
thank you.
feedback stuff.
Yeah, this should be good. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, we tried this all out before. Is my audio still broken up?
It's okay right now, but
Okay, well, anyhow,
it's moving
hope
itself.
this will be good enough.
Let's
Hopefully
let our
we're good
speakers
enough.
get it going.
Okay, we'll get going. Anyhow, we're going to do a summary of what this project is about. We just met with Pastor Nava and Doug's Plumbing, and if we can show that we're relevant to the community, and then we go after fundraising, having our cause support. This,
You're dropping out again.
this, and that.
Norman, you're just not coming through.
Is
Why
there
don't
any-
you let the speaker go ahead with the program?
I will. Let's see, let me get into the screen share. Let me pop up the PowerPoints. I'm not sure what's wrong.
It was just in the front.
There may be a setting on that microphone that's noise canceling or something like that.
So I have to go back to.
Right now, this should be. I don't think. April, you and.
How come the,
Are we good?
well, we can
Yep.
see the screen share anyway.
Okay, you can see the Bastrop Rotary Club, Smithville Area Chamber of Commerce, all that stuff.
Right.
All right, that's what we needed.
Currently, my microphone on this is not as good as you get to be moderately close.
Bet if I come over here. Okay, can you all hear me? I'm gonna take my mask off. Can you all hear me there on the computer? Okay. So welcome to the 2020 problem that we have. We're all trying to adapt here. I really appreciate all of you there in the virtual world, as well as my audience in front of me here, for inviting us to speak today. And I will, on behalf of Norman, who is sitting in the audience here, I'm sure I don't need to introduce Becky Womble with the Bastrop Chamber, but there she is on your screen. And you'll hear from Becky as well. I know that I can speak for Becky when I say we certainly appreciate the invitation to come and speak to the Rotary Club today. It's such a wonderful part of our community, and you do so many good things here in our county, all over the county. And of course, you have many members from all over our many different communities. So on behalf of Becky and myself, we both appreciate the invitation. And I know she would agree with me. We love to talk about chamber stuff. Both of us love to talk about chamber all the time. I rely heavily on Becky all the time when I'm not sure what to do next. I know I can call Becky because she has been in the chamber world longer than I have and is always happy to answer questions and help us.
At all hours of the night, right, April?
Hours of the day and night. She just hosted just had my CPA and office manager in her office last week, helping with a difficult accounting issue. And I just think that's important to let you know that your different chambers, including Elgin as well, we all work closely together to try to do our best for all of our business and organizational members throughout the county. In Smithville, I'll just talk a little bit about our chamber. We're excited. We're, of course, one of the venerable old institutions here in our county. We are celebrating our 98th year, which is pretty amazing, of being the Smithville Chamber of Commerce and then the Smithville Area Chamber of Commerce. Before that, we were the Smithville Trade Association. So it's been around a long time, and I know Becky would agree with me that it's a real honor to be able to represent one of these old institutions in our community and be able to carry the torch on into the future. In Smithville, we have quite a few events that we do each year. And so I like to just make a little graphic here that shows you all the different events. Lots of things that the Smithville Chamber is responsible for. So you can see the many different events we're doing. You were talking a little bit about fundraising. We chose to partner with our local Lions Club and our Masons to do a golf tournament, which we'll be doing on the 16th. And I think a lot of us are just trying to figure out how to do some things as we deal with the fact that we can't get together. We can't have a lot of our networking events and mixers and luncheon. So we're figuring out how to do a lot of those things online. We're figuring out how to have those virtual events. We did just have a large community-wide garage sale this last Saturday. We had over 70 sales in the town. That was very exciting, and everyone's socially distanced, of course. We're doing a virtual Eco Photo Fest with 15 different speakers that kicks off on the 10th. And as I said, we're having our golf tournament on the 16th. We'll be having a big Halloween event on the 31st. And of course, along with that, we have lots of virtual luncheons and that sort of thing. So we're working hard, and I feel like we're busier than we were before COVID started. All of us are very busy. I thought we would not have as many businesses opening, make changes, and become more of an online presence and rely not so heavily on people being in their stores, but having online sales. We're starting to see that trend. We also, of course, are continuing with our virtual luncheon series. We just had one last week with John Cyrier, our representative. In October, we'll have our city manager. In November, we'll have Judge Poppy. In December, we'll have our mayor. So we're continuing our events. We have lots of ribbon cuttings. I was just being amazed that we had 8 new members last month. We've already had 4 new members this month of the Smithville Chamber. And we've had 24 new businesses open in Smithville since January 1st. So people are continuing to invest in our communities across our county. I'm hoping it won't be more than a handful, but I just don't know. It depends on how long this continues. Our COVID response has been pretty robust starting in March. We put out an online shopping guide. We, of course, have continued our virtual events. We've given out mini grants to 20 different businesses in our community. We just did a fundraising event and started raising money and gave out grants. We've changed how we do our music program, from music in the park to music kinds of things to try to help our businesses continue and struggle through as they get through this very complicated, unprecedented time. Norman asked me to talk a little bit about, I'm going to let this person in for you, Norman. Norman asked me to talk a little bit about what the chamber does, and I don't want to take up all of Becky's time, so I'll try to go through this very quickly. This is just an example of a lot of the Rotary, of course, is a member of the Smithville Chamber, and so you'll see, of course, we do things like ribbon cuttings and grand openings, celebrations, and anniversary celebrations. We have, for example, Milton's just had their 70th anniversary, so we do a big celebration for that. We will have a 100-year celebration for Pendergrass Funeral Home, which is the oldest African-American owned funeral home in the state at it for 100 years. So that, of course, we'll have a big celebration for them. Working events like our banquet and casino night and coffee chats and mixers and many of those things, of course, we are not able to do right now, but we are continuing to do as many as we can virtually on how to build your own website and have an online store, which was very well attended. For folks like the Rotary, we work really hard to get out information about what you're doing in the community. We're very old-fashioned, and we still, people really like that, and so I am resisting going virtual on our newsletter. We like to mail those out. We, of course, do weekly e-blasts and our social media engagements a month. That is, I'll give Becky all the credit for convincing me to go to Chamber Master, which is a very, very robust program that we invest heavily in to help our members get the word out about what they're doing. We, of course, care about what you're doing. We have things like our conference room and printers and bulk postage and all of the things you see on your. So I'm going to stop there because, well, but at the chamber, our Smithville chamber is here for our members. We today hit a milestone. We have 440 members as of today, which is a big deal for us in Smithville. In a town of under 4,000, that's a big number for us. So I will now turn it over to Becky. Becky Wumble, you have the stage. I'm going to stop sharing here so that Becky can do her thing. Norman?
Okay, I need somebody to give me the ability to screen share. I need the host to be able to let me screen share so I can show my PowerPoint. I'm not sure who the host is.
See if that did it. See if that did it.
Let me, where is
There you
There
go.
we
Yep,
go.
we're good.
Okay, can y'all see that right there?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Again, it's a pleasure to be here with the Rotary Club today. I was looking back and it's just been 4 months since I've been with y'all. And so I try to change up my PowerPoint a little bit today to talk about some of the things that are going on here at the Bastrop Chamber. On one hand, I want to say things haven't changed much because of the pandemic, but on the other hand, I think things have changed a lot. So I always like to let people know that if you've only seen one chamber, you've only seen one chamber. Each of us has a different feel and personality and focuses on different things. But I always like to say that there's 3 things that we all have in common, and that is networking, which we're figuring out new ways of doing. We offer different types of benefits, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in a little bit farther along in my presentation. And then we're kind of figuring out how to do events differently these days. What makes the Bastrop Chamber a little different? April, bless her heart, she does so much in her tiny town and provides so many services to her community. But here in Bastrop, back in 1995, the Bastrop Economic Development Corporation was founded. We have a tax that fortunately allowed us to give out about $400,000 in COVID relief grants back during the pandemic in the spring. And our BEDC pivoted very quickly to get that money out to our business community. And it was literally a life support for a lot of our small businesses, because about 50% of our businesses are small businesses. I'm very proud of the initiative that we have that we helped found and start, Visit Bastrop. It takes care of all of our tourism activities here in the community of Bastrop. Here at the Bastrop Chamber, we're very focused on development of businesses. We, unlike April, who is more event heavy, because I mean, they're it in Smithville. We have just a handful of signature events here. We have a little bit different due structure. They have what's called fair share, which is based on number of employees, and we have what is tiered dues. We rolled that out January 1st this year. And again, it's kind of been a lifesaver for the Bastrop Chamber in the way that people have invested in our chamber and allowed us to do some pay it forward types memberships for businesses that were really struggling. So we're really very pleased of how that's benefited our chamber here. And then we've got 4 full-time staff. We're in the process of hiring our 4th one right now. But what makes us unique, I think, is the fact that we really focus on advocacy and connections. We want to keep our business members informed of what's going on in our community. We want to support them on different issues when it comes to economic development and ordinances. And then we always want to connect them. Almost on a daily basis, I will get a phone call. Hey, can you hook me up with so-and-so? And that's just what we do, is advocacy and connections. But I want to talk to you about some of the things. None of what we do here at the Bastrop Chamber would be possible without working collaboratively with our partners at the city, the EDC, Main Street. The school district is a huge partner of ours, and we love working with them because they are developing our future workforce. Visit Bastrop when it comes to tourism. The museum we worked really closely with during COVID whenever they were closed down. Basically, the chamber became the visitor center a little bit by default. Nothing that was intentional. We just kind of became the visitor center because they were run by volunteers. And so people came down to the chamber to get information. And so we just worked closely with them to work through that situation and navigate through it. And then also, of course, with the county when it comes to business development. But some of the things that they're really exciting for us right now, I want to talk a little bit about the impact that the Tesla Gigafactory is going to have. We've all heard that it's going to be 5,000 new jobs. There's going to be some ancillary jobs that come with that. They say another 20,000. That factory is just 25 miles from downtown Bastrop, so even closer to the Bastrop County line. They're saying that vehicles will be rolling off that factory in the 4th quarter, and that the minimum wage that they will be paying is $15 an hour. So just wrap your head around this. Let's say that of that 20,000 jobs, only half of that is true. It's only 10,000 new jobs, and only 20% of those jobs, those people lived in Bastrop County. That's 2,000 new rooftops that could be here. I mean, if you think about that kind of growth, Bastrop and Bastrop County are not going to look the same in just a couple of years. So this is a really exciting announcement. And so we're really working to be prepared for it and embrace the growth that we know that's coming our direction. But I just want to talk about a couple current projects that are going on. Again, if it wasn't for our partners with the city and Main Street and Visit Bastrop, all these things wouldn't be coming together. But excited that there's a Bastrop Games and Hobbies is fixing to buy the old Ann Van Zant building and expand and have a true storefront. Working with Gary Blake with Blake's Music, who just bought out Larry Lynn Music. The Art Institute will be opening here in January. That's so exciting that we're gonna have secondary education here in Bastrop. There's the Chestnut Grove project. That's going to be like a food court, and I'm not really sure what all their vision is for that yet, but some plans are being made for that, and we're hoping that maybe, I think I hear the first of the year that might be coming into existence. And then the announcement this last week about the expansion of the Deep in the Heart Foundry that's going to have a space down here on Chestnut and Water. So those are some really exciting developments in our downtown area. So that's kind of cool. Lots of new businesses coming to town, getting to work with them. These are just in the last month, and members that have joined the chamber just from all over the place. And so it's exciting to work with them and help them get their certificate of occupancy or whatever it is to get them started. And then these are businesses in the last 60 days that have joined that aren't even in Bastrop. Upwork is out of California, but they do a lot of marketing here in the Bastrop area. Alert 360 is up in Austin. It's a security company. This AGCM is a construction management company out of Austin. I'm like, why are you joining the Bastrop Chamber? And they're like, Bastrop is the up and coming place to build and to put a business. So we want to be part of it. So they're joining the chamber. So these are all businesses outside of the Bastrop area that have joined in the last, couple months. So we're really excited about that. And then, of course, we do have events, and we have some really great upcoming events in the next month. In fact, tonight we have our Bastrop County Sheriff's Forum. It starts at 5 o'clock. If you want to participate in that forum or you want to watch it live, you will need to pre-register at bastropvotes.com. Under the forums tab, you can find that. It will be uploaded to Facebook and to our archive forums within 24 hours afterwards if you can't participate in that. We are having John Seray speak at our lunch, our virtual lunch on Wednesday. He's going to give us a legislative update for the 87th session. We have a membership 101 class. It's kind of our second one that's been in person since we kind of came out of our closure time, but we're limited to 8 people, but we're doing those monthly so that we can get people engaged and connected with the chamber. We're starting to have ribbon cutings again, which is exciting. I mean, we're all there with masks on. You can't tell we're smiling, but we're having ribbon cutings again. And then really excited about our board orientation coming up on October 30th. We had 10 people apply for 4 positions on our board of directors, and we'll be redoing our strategic plan because we basically have accomplished everything that we had on that plan in the first 2 years of the plan, and it was a 3-year plan. And then we do have some signature events. We're keeping our fingers crossed for a banquet in February. I have a meeting on Monday to see what we're going to do about that. If we can't have our normal themed banquet, I don't know, I may set up a tent on a baseball field and have a theme that's no more curveballs, because 2020 has definitely been a curveball on how we function as a chamber and what we do. Our Patriotic Festival, again, had a meeting this morning with our city manager. We're keeping our fingers crossed for that for July 3rd of 2021. We had plans for a youth career day that got canceled due to COVID. We had plans for a health fair, but that got canceled. And unfortunately, our Mingle Jingle, we will not be able to hold this year, but we're focusing on the future and we're going to have them next year. So speaking of the Patriotic Festival, because we could not have that this year, we did, we're in this together, Bastrop County. We're in the process of recognizing 15 different businesses who went above and beyond during COVID and did things that were just extraordinary, whether it was providing masks or, having extra hours or collecting food for a nonprofit. So we're just honoring all those businesses, and we're continuing to do that every Thursday at 10:30. Our ambassadors go out and kind of a surprise patrol, and we're doing that through November 19th as part of that initiative. And then some of the other initiatives that we're still promoting, guys, the census is still going on. We have a few more days that you can respond to that. We're working with the school district right now to promote the career craft, where we're looking for mentors and real project-based experiences for students. We have a broadband survey going on through October 15th. If you're a business, we need you to respond to that survey so we know where the gaps are. Of course, our Bastrop Votes initiative I mentioned. We have our ongoing We Believe in BISD that we hope to start making some campus visits soon. And then whenever the school district decides to call bond again, we will be in support of that. This is kind of our membership makeup. We are down in numbers as far as the number of members. Our high was probably around 750. We have about 700 right now, but not too concerned about that because right now our membership revenue is up about 10%. So your Bastrop Chamber is still very strong. Again, we're big on education, and so these are some of the educational opportunities we've offered over the last year. Not all of them we got to do because of COVID, but that was our list. And we've tried to continue to provide opportunities to advance our business community and their knowledge. Again, I mentioned our strategic plan. We're going to be redoing that in October, but if it didn't fall under one of these 4 basic pillars, it just wasn't something that we tackled. But we're very excited that basically everything that we set out to accomplish 2 years ago, we have accomplished. So that was really, really quick. So that's my contact information. You can call me on my cell anytime. And I don't know, open it for questions.
Yep, back to us.
All right. April, do you have anything else to add?
Becky,
Yes.
any news on the progress of your neighbor there, the Art Institute?
Yes, sir. The last date I heard was October 24th. I think they might be just a few days behind, but it's probably there at the very end of October, 1st of November. And then the Art Institute will be occupying that building by the 1st of January, along with some students. So we get weekly updates. That has been an amazing process to watch as they've dropped those panels down between the walls and then watch them put, you know, interior walls in. It's been phenomenal to watch them build between 2 buildings like that.
That's cool. Thank you.
Hey, Becky, it's Paul.
Hey, Paul.
I'm so sorry I was late today.
Oh, it's okay.
I missed part of your presentation.
It's okay.
So two questions. One is so we're down in overall compared to last year, but is that because, but we've had new people join, right?
Yes, sir.
We've
Yes,
just
so
had
we have.
some that just either couldn't afford to rejoin. But if you were to take those off and you look at, like, imagine though they didn't just not pay this year, we're on a growth thing, right? Trend?
Yep. Yes, sir. I would say, unfortunately, about 75% of the ones who dropped are like closed, moved out of the area or something like that. It was not anything on the chamber necessarily.
Yeah.
But yes, revenue wise, we're up. And I think, I believe in God things. And so we had intended to roll out our tier due system in January of 2019, but because of some changes in staff, I couldn't do that. And so we rolled it out January of 2020. We have people investing at bigger levels and doing some pay it forward memberships. And so we were able to comp about 14 different members who just could not afford to remain a member of the chamber. We probably have another 15 to 20 who've done quarterly payments. And so that's helped them to remain a member of the chamber. But I would say about 75% of them, it's like they're closed or they're not in the area anymore.
Okay, second question. And I'm sorry if you already covered this, but what about the banquet? What do you have plans for?
I hopefully will know more on Monday. I have a meeting with the city manager at 11 o'clock at the convention center with Kathy and Andreas to see what our options might be. And like I said, if we can't have an in-person banquet, I mentioned that I might throw a tent up on a baseball field and have a theme that's no more curveballs.
That's fine.
What 2020 has been a curveball.
Or was that February or something like that?
February 12th.
Okay. I hope we're past it by then.
I do too.
Seems like it's really starting to, it's leveling off. So thank you so much.
I think people are learning that we can't live in fear, that we're gonna have to coincide with this virus because I don't think it's going away anytime soon. So.
Yeah, and I want to thank you again for your letter, this very inspiring letter, this in your publication this month. So,
thank you. That was one that was difficult to write, and I did not know how it'd be perceived, and so I appreciate your email about that.
Yeah.
I feel like I had some things I need to speak from the heart on. And I do believe our country is at a crossroads and that it's important for all of us to get out and vote. And it's going to be an interesting however many days is left.
Yeah, and like just without getting too into, you know, the spiritual or whatever, but I mean, you can't be fearful. I mean, fearful is, I look at fear as almost an evil thing. It's a sin, if you will. So just don't fear. And anyway, I'll let you
God
guys.
knows the outcome. God knows
quit-
the outcome.
I'll quit stealing all the time. Love seeing you.
Good seeing you. Any other questions or?
Is there any other comments, questions? Well, we still have some technical glitches to work out, but thanks for anyone who could come.
Review what's happened next. Club assembly.
But basically, I have to look at the schedule, which I put up. I think
We had Mr. Easter join us, one of the Austin Club members. Norman, did you see that?
the board meeting, we kind of, it's democracy.
Okay.
Board meetings, sites are, anyone's going to hit, but that's where we'll come up with some thoughts and big on communicating. So as we come up with things, we'll provide that. But
You're breaking up bad.
I think we should talk about raise projects. But is there anything else? If nothing else, we'll do a four-way test. I'm not going to fill off the slides. Does anyone
I
remember?
want to introduce our visitor, Norman. Mr. Easter joined us from the Austin Club.
Yeah.
Hello.
Michael? Well, I think we have internet problems. Anyhow. Okay, if there's no other bits, let's do the four-way test of things we think, say, or do. First,
Is it the truth?
second,
Is it
Fair to all concerned.
third,
Will it build goodwill and better friendship?
fourth,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
concerned?
Paul, could you hang on? We have some technical glitches for it. You just hang on. We're going to adjourn the meeting now. Could you hang on?
Hey, Norman, do you have the microphone turned off on the computer?
I'm sorry.
Sounds like a internet